You want to know something interesting about people pleasing? People pleasing isn't about pleasing other people at all. You want to know what people pleasing is really about? It's about your inability to feel uncomfortable, normal emotions. I used to struggle with people pleasing. I was a yes person. I would scan the environment. I put everybody else first. I was constantly anticipating everybody else's needs. And the way that I broke the habit is realizing that it's possible to be a really good person and put yourself first. But you can only do that if you are able to tolerate the feelings of guilt or sadness or somebody else's disappointment. So you just got to practice it, and then you'll no longer be a people pleaser. And so here's how you do it. The next time somebody asks you to do something and you don't want to do it, say no. And then let the feelings rise up. Let them be disappointed. Wait about 90 seconds. The whole thing passes, and you, my friend, will have just broken the habit of people pleasing. You would have felt the emotions you were avoiding, and that's the skill that you need to take control of your life.
If you have been a people pleaser for any portion of your life, get rid of the idea that in order for you to feel good about yourself, in order for you to be worthy, in order for you to have value, you need to be giving things to other people, providing a service, showing up for any and everyone. You need to eliminate that, because the people who take in this world have no limits on how much they're willing to extract from you. They don't just wake up and say, you know what? I think I've taken enough from her today. I'm going to start giving back. Or even better, I'm going to leave her alone. No, they will continue to take from you until you decide it's enough. This might not be something that you can just turn off overnight. It may take some time, but you need to make sure that you are remembering your happiness, your safety, your enjoyment of life needs to come first. This is why I say it is a life-threatening insult when a man attempts to give you a baby before you are married to him. What he is really trying to do is no longer make your life about you. If it can't be about him, he will make it about a child. So, protect yourself. Protect your feelings, protect your resources, protect your womb, protect your attention. And if you are pouring something into someone else's cup, make sure that your cup is either full and overflowing or that they're going to pour back into yours. You are not an unlimited resource. Just like most things on this earth, resources are limited. This is why we have wars. This is why people fight for things. You are no different. Fight for yourself. And here are my well-moisturized Kegels.
If you're a recovering people pleaser and never want to revert back to your old ways, here are a list of things that you should never do again. One-sided relationships of any kind. Are they paying you for that free therapy that you've been giving them? Do they love you? Do they value you? Do they even respect you? Because you're giving them advice that they're not taking. You're listening to all of their problems that they don't want to solve. And yet anytime you speak about anything that you've been through, you're going through, or that's bothering you, you get dismissed, minimized, invalidated, and devalued. You get told to just let it go and move on. If you're done with people pleasing, let them go and move on. Because anyone that diminishes what you have been through, what you were dealing with, and what life is for you, while simultaneously expecting you to be there through all of their problems, some of which you have personally watched them induce upon themselves, and you're supporting them religiously, like to the core, while they're just feeding off of you, that's still people pleasing. Just because we can empathize with and understand other people's trauma, and have the capacity and the unlimited ability to be there for people the way that people have not been there for us, that does not mean that you should extend yourself to people that don't care about you. Everyone wants to be heard, seen, validated, and valued. We have all been through a lot. And sometimes people do not have the capacity to give. But if the reason why someone is not giving to you what you are giving to them is because they don't respect you, and you find them brushing off everything that you have been through, telling you to just let it go, get over it, when they're not over anything that they've been through at all, that's a toxic one-sided relationship that will leave you bitter, resentful, and angry. And it will only get worse the more you continue to talk to them. So stop. Which brings me to my next thing. Overextending yourself when you don't have the capacity. Giving your last to people that don't appreciate it. Simply because you believe in other people more than you believe in yourself. As a recovering people pleaser, the circumstances of my life have been terrible. So there have been many points in my life where I have poured way more into other people than myself because I have felt like at times there was absolutely no hope for me. We live in a capitalistic society, and when you have debt, that looms over your head every single day that you cannot pay a bill. But if you are constantly giving your last to people that do not care about you, and that are there to just drain your energy and feed off of you, that continues the cycle of people pleasing. Stop it. And another thing that you should stop is sweetening everything up for everybody else because you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Stop caring about other people's feelings when you care about your own boundaries. Who cares if they get mad? You've been super respectful, you were very direct, you were very polite. So what if they caught an attitude? They can catch that attitude by themselves. Because there is no rule book that says that we actually have to deal with this. Which also means that you have to stop manipulating and gaslighting yourself into believing that you have to have these people in your life just because no one has been there for you that you wanted there for you, like how you have been there for them and like how society told you these people were going to be there for you. Our loneliness, our trauma, our pain, it's not an excuse to constantly let the same type of person in our lives, just for us to be upset about it and remind us of all the trauma that we've worked very hard to get away from. At some point, you have to cut everyone off, including the version of you that allows it to happen. Just because you're broke, it doesn't mean you have to be broken.